What's going on? Just wanted to chit chat a little bit about I don't remember what video it was, but essentially I was telling everybody how I just picked up a camera because I love movies and I wanted to start making things, yada yada yada, what I did. And this camera popped up, the Nikon ZR, it had a big screen, it had N-Raw, it was the first red camera, yada yada yada. I was just following the hype train. I don't know what any of that means. Saying that though, I've had this camera for a fat minute and I have never used RAW. I've never used the N-Raw that is like the big feature on it. I mean, one of the big features about this. One day I was just hanging out of the house. I was kind of bored and I was editing and I just decided to say screw it and just switch the settings to that and gave it a shot. I genuinely thought N-Raw was one of those things people hyped up because it sounded cool. I figured it was gonna be like one of those features where you shoot on it just to tell people you did it and then you just never do it again. Stubbornly, I thought, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all gonna look the same. That's really how I thought. My bad. Even before I started messing with the colors, just the shots alone. The skin tones look better, the highlights rolled off nicer, and it just, I mean, I don't know how to explain it, it just looked expensive in a way. Does that make sense? I'm not pretending like I know everything either. I'm just saying, from an outsider's point of view, someone who's not the biggest into cameras yet, I guess new, essentially. I don't know how to phrase it, you know what I'm saying. I wasn't like diving deep and learning all the settings and learning all these like key little things that most camera people need to know. I kind of just, like I said, I just picked up a camera because I liked the idea of making things and boom, no backstory, no nothing. I wish I could sit here and tell you exactly what looks better. I just know that when I look at this footage and I looked at the footage I shot before, I just keep thinking this one really does stand out. And I don't really think you need to know all the science behind it to see when something looks better. I keep hearing these words like latitude and dynamic range. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I just care if the shot looks good. And the shots I got at the park, very, very ideal. I went out to the park because we're actually getting ready to shoot a short that I wrote. I wanted to get some test shots just to get like angling and different places that we can go to, like, you know, framing and stuff like that, just so when it comes to the day of shooting, we're not just like guessing where we can go. I also forgot that I put the N-Raw on, and so just filmed the whole thing in N-Raw. I caught myself rewatching the footage. I was just like, wow, shit slap, shit. Damn, dude, it's fucking bright out. See what I'm saying? Unprepared. In general, I'm not some scientist, I'm not any of this, right? So if I were to break it down, right, and I did like an N-Raw for dummies, one, I would be the dummy reading it. Two, wait a minute, I say one? One,
I would be the dummy.
I would be the dummy reading it. Two, it would say something along the lines of this. When you normally film a video, your camera does a lot of work for you, as it. It decides what colors to keep, what information to throw away, and then it just provides you a file that is pretty much good to go. And in most cases, very ideal. N-Raw though, apparently, is the opposite of that. It keeps way more information from the sensor instead of just throwing a bunch of stuff away. I should have wore sunglasses. So when you bring it into like Final Cut or DaVinci Resolve, you have a significantly wider range to play with. If the shadows are a little too dark, brighten that motherfucker. You have a better opportunity of rising them back up so they're not insane. If your highlights are a little too bright, there's more information also to be able to save that. And then the most important detail too, I've heard Andre say this, it makes your skin look, or the detail on the skin looks more superb and more, I guess, clearer in a way. But when you look at the coloring in general, it's probably a bad example. I got a white backdrop and a little bit of green over there, but the coloring in general just feels richer, you know? It just feels more vibrant and it's fucking nice, mate. And all that is all fun and good, right? But if you're like me and you just like making videos, you don't want to worry too much about the science behind everything, which I guess I am changing, it is what it is. But if you're beginning and you don't want to worry about all that stuff off rip, you just kind of want to, you know, film and kind of get to it, this could be a great option. Because without even trying, you're giving yourself more opportunity to adjust and make things better, which is very ideal. Now, one of the downsides of this is the file size. It's huge, and I don't mean in a good way. Like if you save a bunch of stuff off like your SSD card, or even like you plug into your computer and kind of just upload footage from there, you'll look at it and you'll be like, what did I film 18 hours worth of stuff? In reality, no, you filmed 2 hours worth of things. And it really eats up at it. Like I said, you're keeping significantly more information, so you're able to save footage and make things look more beautiful. Saying that though, more information, more stuff in the memory card. So if you are planning on shooting on N-Raw for a large portion of the project that you're working on, make sure you have enough space somewhere. Whether you have a T9 or T7 SSD of sorts, you know what I mean? Just because it does take up a lot of information, you do have to be careful about that kind of stuff. And also take into consideration that like SSDs and just memory cards in general, they cost a lot of money. Is it obviously worth it? Hey, it depends. Depends what you're doing with your life, you know what I mean? Brother, it's hot. Before I had this camera, I had a Sony ZV-E1, which I loved. This one is my favorite, to be honest. But saying that, I love the ZV-E1. I recommend that camera to everybody, right? There's a few things though. With this camera, with the Sonys, you have the auto white balance, which personally comes in handy. I like it. The more I film though, the more I realize how important it is to have more of an understanding where to put your white balance. Don't just leave it on auto. Like you can mess with the Kelvin on it, and learning that is very important, especially when you're shooting in RAW. Because I noticed that, for example, like these gym shots that I'm about to pull up, if you take a look at them, I'm gonna take off all the editing, all the color, like the adjustment that I made on these, and you can see that some shots look colder, like a little blue grayish, which honestly is pretty awesome. But then you have some shots that are like randomly green, and to be honest, I'm doing my best to match up the color, and it's really hard. Granted, I'm not a professional colorist. I'm sure there's definitely ways to do it. I am also still learning. But if I went into this gym and started shooting with a specific Kelvin temperature on my camera, a specific white balance, I probably could have avoided this 1000%. Oopsie daisies. Is there people behind there? It's something that I would say learn, even if you're not shooting it in N-Raw. Gotta turn you back down now. The sun's going away. Shit. If you're shooting on Sony, I still would highly recommend learning it because it does come in handy. And it doesn't matter if it's N-Raw, it doesn't matter if you're shooting on just regular schmegular, doesn't matter. If you're smart with it, it can come out really sick. Is it worth the extra effort? Like I said, that really depends on you, depends on the individual themselves. You know, if you're making just like a quick Instagram video, I don't know. Maybe you want to just use the regular stuff. If you're making like a high quality YouTube video, or if you're making like a little short film, adjust you again, brother. ND filters, very ideal. This camera, or at least the N-Raw portion of it. Is it very ideal? Yeah, for sure. Is it necessary? No. If you're shooting out like Instagram videos, like I was saying, or short films, it really just depends on you as a person. It depends on what you are looking for and what look you're going for. You could easily achieve some beautiful things without it. It's just different, and you just gotta play with it, and it is what it is. Perfectly fine. No issue with whatever it is you're doing, as long as you're trying and doing shit. Then we party. If you're watching this now, today's currently July. What's today? July 27th, 2026. I've had this camera probably since the beginning of the year, and I love it. I think it's great. I think the screen size is awesome. I think the performance on it is fantastic. Andre's texting me. Honestly, a lot of things about this camera. It's very ideal. It takes beautiful pictures too. But yeah, I love this camera. It was only $2,200, which is extremely ideal compared to like the new FX5, which is like 48, just the camera body. You get the handle, or if you get the eye thing, I'll put it right here because I forgot, then it's like 55, something crazy like that. Obviously, if I had all the money in the world, yeah, I'm gonna get it. But saying that, I do think this camera is very close to it in a lot of ways. I'm not gonna pretend like it's the exact same camera, but it's what I need, and it works for me. And it's not gonna devalue anything that I do going forward. I still have to learn. Realistically, even these outside shots are probably gonna come out a little choppy because I'm still learning. Saying that though, if I could recommend anybody a camera and you have all the money in the world, sure, get the FX5. You can't take pictures on the FX5, fun fact. So if you're taking pictures, even just for fun, can't do that. But if you're trying to budget and trying to be smart with your purchases and think of like a long-term goal and try and make money from buying a camera, or try and make dream projects that you love, and you're not like, you know, the richest guy in the world, I would recommend this camera. I do think it's amazing. I think it's beautiful. And honestly, I haven't had any complaints on it, and I love it. And yeah, saying that though, someone please give me an FX5. I really want to have one. I just want to borrow it for the week.
I'm just gonna have you meet me at Firestone. I'm just gonna drop off my car to get two